Yo, what's up? I'm Q Harrison Terry, and you are now checking out my WTF journal. Every day I ask myself, what's the future? And I take notes and store them in a detailed journal. That's this. If you want to read more or check out what I'm thinking about when it comes to the future, just go to everydays.wtf. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the rest of this video where we're going to talk about ChatGPT and marketing. More specifically, it's about that time where the Super Bowl is about to be happening. And Avocados from Mexico is bringing ChatGPT to its Super Bowl commercial. This is a big deal, and here's why. Essentially, they're going to be able to leverage the QR code mania that we saw last year at the Super Bowl. I know y'all remember that when Coinbase shut down their own website because they had too popping of a Super Bowl ad. It looks like, Avocados from Mexico is looking to recreate that. But they're going to take it one step further. They're going to go ahead and add it to a Super Bowl commercial. Now, when you hear ChatGPT, QR codes, all these things, you probably like, how? And so I did some digging. Basically, the QR code will link to a landing page that's integrated with the popular tool known as ChatGPT. And once on that landing page, the users will be asked to press a button to generate a tweet. On the back end, this information will be fed to ChatGPT, and the bot's response will appear as text on the landing page, and a user will then be encouraged to tweet during the game. And they've put some guardrails in place to make sure that, there's no crazy stuff happening. And it's interesting to see a brand already integrate, the OpenAI generative language model, where I guess, it's the GPT model. Like they've already integrated it, right? Like this is a thing. This is going to be live in the big game. And, I'm shocked. I mean, they're even thinking about like, hey, we got a little bit of time. They're hoping to integrate Twitter's API within the landing page to streamline tweeting. But they haven't been able to receive approval from Twitter. You already know the fashion about Elon shutting down the bots. And so I'm imagining all developers are probably struggling with that Twitter API right now. And it's crazy to see that ChatGPT will be in a Super Bowl commercial. And they're also going to take it to Times Square and throw it up there. So that's going to be also pretty cool because, there's just room. There's a ton of room for this type of content, and it's going to become more the norm. Now, Seth Godin has this saying where he says that marketers ruin everything. I forgot which book he said it, but if you ever type in marketers, ruin everything, or if you ever heard it, Seth Godin is one of the people that brought that to life. And there's tons of content on it. Yeah, there's tons of content on that. I do believe that marketers might ruin this generative AI wave a little bit because they're going to use it for everything. And we know that to be true because Ryan Reynolds has already used ChatGPT to make a Mint Mobile ad. And the results were, I thought, pretty good. I actually did watch the ad. I'm not going to play the whole thing here, but I'll play.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. We're always looking for ways to save you money. So this year, we're kicking things off with an ad that I created using ChatGPT, the AI technology. This is what I asked it to write. I said, write a commercial for Mint Mobile in the voice of Ryan Reynolds. Use a joke, a curse word, and let people know that Mint's holiday promo is still going, even after the big wireless companies have ended theirs. This is what it wrote. Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here. Eerie. First of all, let me just say Mint Mobile is the shit. But here's the thing. All the big wireless companies out there are ending their holiday promos, but not Mint Mobile. We're keeping the party going because we're just that damn good. Give Mint Mobile a try. And hey, as an added bonus, if you sign up now, you'll...
Yo, that ad we were watching was made with ChatGPT. And it's already, a spot that is being used. I actually have seen the ad outside of this article. And I'm just bringing this example up because marketers and advertisers are thinking about ChatGPT in ways that we just hadn't seen before. And it's a creative contributor, creative collaborator, creative enabler. In the sense of Avocados from Mexico, they're enabling their audience. This is like user-generated content, but the user doesn't even have to generate the content. They just have to engage and pick and curate. That's pretty big for a brand. That's like huge. Because now you can get some lift if it's branded content and you can put the parameters at which that content can be ingested by your community and just be received also by the community. You've got a pulse or a way to control the message that you hadn't really ever had before, because they can make sure that the generative model has the language that they wanted to say and appeal, and they've already kind of thought about that. So I'm excited to see what this looks like during the Super Bowl. I'll definitely be tapping in with that. And if there's any other cool, interesting campaigns you're seeing with ChatGPT on the marketing front, this is going to be something I'm going to be watching a lot of, because this is the future. This is the future. There's no other which way about it. Like, we're going to see AI assisted collaborators. They're going to be enabling us to do better work, to do things that we hadn't thought of. And ChatGPT right now is showcasing that. And it's incredible. Also, hats off to ChatGPT. ChatGPT has reached 100 million users. So, everybody, that's very, 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 very phenomenal. 100 million users in 2 months, 60 days, 100 million users. This is not stopping. It's not. And if you think it is, you're tripping. Like 100 million users in 2 months, fastest growing startup that I know of. Let's just watch how fast they get to 1 billion. Just watch how fast they get to 1 billion. I at this rate, they'll probably get to 1 billion users by the end of the year, which is absurd. Like 1 billion. And then on top of that, since we've done it, ChatGPT is also charging people to 20. It's $20 a month. ChatGPT Plus. I can't make this up. So you can do the math. Even if they started to delineate, let's say 10% of their people subscribe. What is that? 20 times, we're gonna do 10% of 100, so that's 10 million. So I mean, y'all see the numbers. Like, they're gonna do decent revenue. Right now, I know this stuff is operating at a loss, but the math on this is actually pretty interesting. So we can save that for another video. I wanted to cover the marketing part, but I think it's worth noting that ChatGPT is making incredible inroads and understanding how this is coming to your industry. I work in marketing, so I'm obviously watching at it I'm obviously looking at it from that angle and perspective. But if I were in another industry, I would be doing some similar research and seeing, what are the delineations and what's the dichotomy of some of these campaigns, because the data is there. The first movers are there. You can learn a lot from it. It's also the cheapest it'll probably ever be. For $20, you can get in on the action. I recommend you get in on that action, because you will then be a first mover. You'll also start to get the experience, and there's going to be brands that want to replicate these activations, and they're going to need people that know how to do the integrations. And right now, the people that are watching videos like mine and reading and just prompting, they're going to be some of the first people to be picked and chosen to do this. I've seen it before in the NFT wave. I've seen it again in the metaverse wave, and we're watching it unfold in the ChatGPT side of things. Now, I'm not saying go out there and hustle people. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, just keep going, figure it out, and then when you do know something, then go help people. Otherwise, you can cause some pretty bad things to happen, and we're not in the business of making bad outcomes. We want to prevent those. So with that being said, I will catch everybody in the future. Thanks again for tapping in, and I'll see you again tomorrow.